All right, so welcome everyone to our deep dive today. We are going all the way back to the 1600s.
Wow, 1600s, that's going way back.
We're talking about Baroque music.
Baroque.
So this is from 1600 to 1750.
Okay, a good long period.
Yeah, a good long period. And, we're looking at this source here that we have. It's really cool because it has all these images in it as well.
Oh, very visual.
Yeah, very visual. So it's kind of neat to see.
That's great because I think a lot of the visual art from that era really reflects that ornate style of Baroque music.
Yeah, for sure.
They're kind of feeding off of each other in a way.
Definitely. Yeah. And speaking of ornate and dramatic, we have to talk about the composers of the Baroque era.
Yes, the big names.
The Baroque all-stars, but, instead of just listing them out,
Okay.
I think it'd be cool to see how Baroque music kind of evolved over time.
I like that.
So let's start with Claudio Monteverdi.
Okay.
This guy was like a pioneer of opera.
Hey.
And I've always been fascinated by how he basically made music and drama one thing,
He was a master at that,
Yeah.
absolutely. He really took what was essentially, music for religious purposes and courtly entertainment.
Right.
And he just blew it up into this whole immersive musical play,
Yeah.
that we now know as opera.
It's pretty amazing. And what were some of the things that he did that made opera so revolutionary at the time?
I think one of the biggest things was the introduction of recitative.
Recitative.
Okay. Yeah, it's a style of singing that basically imitates speech.
Oh, so it's they're actually talking.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of just singing these beautiful melodies, they're expressing their emotions, their hopes, their desires, all through song as if you're right there in the story with them.
That's good.
Like eavesdropping on a
I
conversation.
like that.
It just brought this whole other level of emotional depth and realism to musical performance.
Wow. Yeah. Can you imagine being in the audience back then?
Oh, I know.
And seeing this for the first time?
It would have been mind-blowing.
Totally mind-blowing. So Monteverdi's kind of setting the stage here. And then along comes Henry Purcell.
Ah, yes, Purcell.
Another big name in Baroque music.
Huge.
And he was known for doing really cool things with ground bass.
Oh, yeah, he loved his ground bass.
So for those who might not know what's ground bass.
Well, it's basically a repeating bass line that forms the foundation of a piece of music.
Yeah, like a musical anchor.
Exactly. It's like this anchor that keeps the music grounded while all these other melodies kind of float and dance above it.
And Purcell's Dido's Lament, right?
Oh, yes.
It's a perfect example.
That's a great example of ground bass. It just creates this incredibly moving and melancholic atmosphere.
It's so powerful. And it's interesting, too, because Purcell's music often reflected, the crazy times he was living in.
Oh, absolutely.
England was going through a lot of political and religious upheaval.
It was a chaotic period, and you can just feel that tension and drama in his music.
It's like he's channeling the anxieties of his age through his compositions.
Exactly. It shows how closely connected music and history really are.
So we've got Monteverdi, we've got Purcell, and now we got to talk about Johann Pachelbel.
Oh, Pachelbel.
I mean, come on, who hasn't heard the canon in D?
Right. It's like the quintessential Baroque piece.
Exactly. I'm sure everyone listening has heard it, even if they don't know the name. It's the one with that repeating bass line.
Ah, yes, the ostinato.
Ostinato.
Yeah.
So that's basically a repeating musical pattern.
Exactly. It's like a musical phrase or a rhythm that just keeps coming back over and over again.
And it's not just in Pachelbel's canon. Ostinato is a defining feature of Baroque music.
You're absolutely right. It adds this hypnotic quality to the music.
Yeah, it kind of draws you in,
Exactly. It makes the music both engaging and memorable.
For sure. And then we have to talk about the two giants of the Baroque period. Johann Sebastian Bach.
Oh, Bach.
And George Friedrich Handel.
What a pair.
The dynamic duo. And it's so funny that they were both born the same year.
1685.
I remember learning about Bach's fugues in music class.
Oh, yeah.
Where all these different melodies kind of intertwine and chase each other.
They're like intricate musical puzzles.
They kind of went over my head back then, I'll be honest.
I can understand that they're pretty complex, but once you start to unravel them, they're just mind-blowing.
So how would you explain a fugue to someone who's never heard one before?
Well, imagine you have multiple melodies, all with their own distinct personalities.
Okay.
And they're having a conversation with each other.
A musical conversation?
Exactly. They're weaving in and out, responding to each other, overlapping.
Wow.
And Bach was a master at creating these intricate tapestries of sound.
It's almost mathematical the way he puts it all together.
It is incredibly precise and structured.
And then we have Handel, the king of the oratorio.
Handel.
I saw a performance of Messiah once, and it was so powerful, even without all the costumes and staging of an opera.
Handel had this incredible ability to convey such profound emotions through his music.
Yeah, like Messiah. It's not just a religious work.
No, it's a story told through music. It's got moments of joy, sorrow, triumph, reflection,
Wow.
and he just weaves it all together so masterfully.
It's pretty incredible how these composers created such complex music with what seems like pretty simple tools.
Well, they were masters of their craft.
And our source even shows us some of those tools, like the treble clef and the bass clef.
Yes, the building blocks of musical notation.
And those little symbols on sheet music, they tell the musicians what notes to play.
Right, they're like a code that unlocks the music.
So if you can understand even a little bit about musical notation, it makes listening to Baroque music even more rewarding.
Absolutely. It's like being able to appreciate the architecture of a beautiful building.
So we've gone through a lot of information here about the Baroque period.
It's been quite a journey.
What's like the one big takeaway for our listeners? What should they remember about Baroque music?
I think the most important thing to remember is that Baroque music is not just some relic of the past.
Yeah,
It's still alive and vibrant, and it continues to influence music today.
I totally agree.
From Monteverdi's operas to Bach's fugues to Handel's oratorios, these composers pushed the boundaries of musical expression, and their legacy still resonates centuries later.
Yeah, and what's amazing to me is that even if we don't understand all the technical details of Baroque music, we can still be moved by its beauty and power.
Absolutely. Music has this incredible ability to transcend language and time and connect with us on a deeply emotional level.
And who knows, maybe you'll even start to hear some of these Baroque influences in the music you listen to today.
That's the fun part. Keep your ears open and see what you discover.
All right, well, that wraps up our deep dive into Baroque music. Thanks for listening, everyone.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Until then, happy listening.